Hey guys, welcome back to another one of Ray's Ridiculously Random Rambling Ruminations R5. And I know it's been a while since I've done one of these, so I owe you, and here it is. Um, so how many of us have been at the point where we've had to pay rent and we had just enough money to pay rent? It made us sweat, made us, cross our fingers and quiver because we had just enough to cover rent. Well, why do we do that to God? We have God, we were praying, God, we need help, God. And, God gave us just enough to cover rent. Well, I also dabble in writing and things on the side. And one of the things one of my editors once told me was there are certain words that are just filler words, they're unnecessary. That is one of them. Just is one of them. Because what you're doing, usually just is technically unnecessary or unneeded, and it usually distracts from the point. So, why do we say just enough? There are a lot of prosperity preachers and teachers out there that say, do you want to have a just enough God or God of enough? Well, there is no difference because when I go and pay rent and I pay rent and it's all there, he doesn't go, oh, you paid rent, but it was just enough. He said it's enough. How many times have we been trying to get to work on time and we might be running late? We get there with 1 minute left. We got there just enough time. We got there on time. The boss says we're there on time. He doesn't care because we got there in enough time. We just wanted to say it was close, so it was just enough. Or the younger generation that are dating and need to have their the daughter back by 9 o'clock p.m. Yes, I'm old, and yes, I'm also old-fashioned. But either way, 9 o'clock p.m. Let's say that they get there at 8:59. The dad doesn't say you made it back in just enough time. You made it back in enough time. You made it back before the time you were supposed to. So there's no shotgun hunting going on because you made it back in enough time. Now, how often do we pray to God? God, we need this. We need help. We need this. I need help with my finances. I need help with my car. I need help with getting groceries, or I need help with healing. And we pray, and let's say healing, we feel good enough to go back to work the next day because God touched us, or we felt better. Our prayers were answered. But how often do we say we feel just good enough to go back to work? You're back at work, so you felt good enough to go back to work. We're minimizing what God's done because He's a God of enough. And he has done these things. So when you go pay rent, when you do this, when you do that, and we just barely got there, but we got there. No, you didn't. You had enough. You got enough. God is a God of enough, not just enough. He is enough. We need to stop making God a just enough God because my God is enough and more than enough. So that's today's Ray's Ridiculously Random Rambling Ruminations coming back. Are you living a life of just enough, or are you living a life of enough? Are you serving a God that is just enough, or are you serving a God of enough? Catch you next time, guys.